we are off to drop off some sushi. Weirdly enough, but where I picked up from. I thought that today we could talk about Gyokuto, the moon rabbit. And don't want to get hit. So this legend is actually pretty prevalent all over the world. The moon rabbit started in India for Buddhist teachings, and it made its way over to China, where it was altered to Chinese tastes, and then reached the shores of Japan. It was changed again for Japanese culture. Similar versions of the moon rabbit story can be found in Korea, Sri Lanka, Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, and Myanmar. Then there are also legends of the moon rabbit in indigenous American folklore, like Mayans, Aztecs, Mesoamerican, and even the Cree up in Canada. These, however, are not considered to be influenced by the Asian versions, so you're going to have to find that story somewhere else, because we're going with the Asian version here. So this did start out as a Buddhist story, but since it did change over time and over distance to get to Japan, I am just going to tell the Japanese version, although I think I do have the differences listed somewhere, probably. I don't remember, so here we go. Ima wa mukashi, now long ago. A rabbit, a fox, and monkey came across a starving traveler. The monkey started gathering fruits and berries for the traveler, while the fox caught fish for him. But the rabbit was getting really upset because he just eats grass, and the traveler can't eat grass. Desperate to help, and knowing that the grass he eats won't be any help to the traveler, the rabbit convinces the other animals to help him build a fire, and then he jumps into the fire so that the traveler can eat his meat. At this point, the traveler reveals himself to be, I'm gonna butcher this so hard, Taishikuten, one of the lords of heaven. He had underestimated the needs of the human body when he decided to walk to Earth, which is how he ended up starving in the middle of nowhere. Moved by the rabbit's sacrifice, he lifted the rabbit to the moon so others could be inspired by the rabbit's compassionate acts. Nights where the rabbit cannot be fully seen, it's said that he is obscured by smoke from the fire that the Lord of Heaven took him out of. When you can see him fully, you can also see the hammer given to him for pounding mochi. To celebrate Gyokuto, there is an event every year called Tsukimi, or moon viewing, which happens on the 15th day of the 8th month on the full moon, and on the 13th day of the 9th month during the waxing moon.
Customer requested you cancel the order.
I'll be right back.
They added the following instructions.
Oh,
Hand it to me. Hand the cashier, please.
Hand the cashier? Oh my god, I'm going to the freaking... Dude, I'll be right back. I gotta deliver sushi to the Mexican restaurant. What? Sorry, I'll be right back. Oh my god. I got $2. Oh, I'm throwing money. Okay, please don't give me anything downtown because I don't want to do it. Oh yeah, she didn't really tip. That's why she gave me cash. Oh, dog. Once again, don't know where I was. Oh, so Tsukimi is believed to have been first celebrated during the Nara period, which is 710 to 794 AD, but it became popular among the aristocracy during the Heian period, which was 794 to 1185, where they'd look at the reflection of the moon in the water and and read poetry. I had to stop, and you definitely didn't, sweetheart. They'd look at the reflection of the moon in the water and read poetry. In modern times, people eat mochi and skimi dongo with family. So it went from something the fancy people did to just everybody. Where am I? Oh! Am I going the right way? Oh yeah, no, I want to turn. Boom! Now I'm going the right way. Alright, now we've hit that time. It is, I was gonna say fact or fiction. Moral or monster? Is there something to be learned, or is this a monster just to be a monster? First of all, it's a freaking bunny, so it's definitely not a monster. But no, there's definitely a moral to this story. It's all about compassion, right? The rabbit showed compassion to the stranger, and I wouldn't necessarily say he was rewarded for it, because he's definitely dead after that, but there's a light there. But something good came from him being compassionate towards his fellow man isn't really the right phrase, is it? But showing compassion is really the moral of the story here. So this is definitely a moral. No monster. It's a cute little bunny rabbit. Yeah. So that's it for Gyokuto. If there are any facts that I missed, I mean, I know there's a lot. Oh, did I? I don't think I did. I thought I had listed the differences between the Chinese version and the Buddhist version. Did I? Or did I not? Nobody knows. Please. So, in the different versions, there are different animals that pop up. There's always a rabbit, because it's a rabbit on the moon. But there are also times when there is a, let's see, fox, monkey, rabbit. There's also times where there's a raccoon instead of a monkey. There's also the Lord of Heaven is different depending on where the story's being told. And since I'm only going for the Japanese version, I don't have the Buddhist or like Indian or the Chinese version, but they're different Lords of Heaven or different celestial beings that are included in the story. But since it is originally a Buddhist story, there is a moral to it because it is a religious teaching. So they were trying to get a point across for it, which also goes into why it's a moral and not a monster. But if there are more details that you know that I didn't point out, or another Japanese version of the story, because I know there are several versions, but we're going for the Japanese one on this one. But if there was anything else that I missed that you think is important or interesting, let me know. If there are any other creatures or spirits that you want to see sooner rather than later, because I do have a very extensive list to get through, but I can rearrange the order on, based on interest. So let me know if there's a certain creature that you want listed, or a certain creature that you want done, and we can get that going. Subscribe for more, because like I said, I have so many of these, and I just think it's really interesting, and it's not information that's really all that easy to find. A lot of the different ones that I've gone through, I've had to go through the very few English websites that have it, but a lot of Japanese websites where I've had to cobble together translations on it and get all that information together. So just let me know on something you could be interested in, and we could get that going. So, bye!